Forgiving man.
Always.
Why is this not working? Is it working on anything?
I don't know. I just typed in a note, said we're having a little trouble with the feed.
All right,
I can see your screen, but it's just
it looks like we got the Facebook Live one working, and YouTube, is YouTube working? Is it not working? That's the question. Waiting for that. Okay, that should be going. Listen, if you're watching this and it's terrible, I'm sorry. I am new to it, and I'm trying to figure this thing out as we go along. So it's the YouTube that's giving us problems today. Toggle channels on the fly with upgrade. I don't want to upgrade. All right. Well, you were able to type that it's having some trouble. So that's
yeah, I did. Can you see that?
I can see that. Listen, if you're watching this, and please let us know what you're seeing. Type it in the chat. Send me a text message. Type it on Facebook, whichever one you would like. And I'm just gonna, welcome to the Manufacturing Alliance podcast. This is Chat and Chow, and we figure this thing out as we go along. We don't pretend to be perfect. Chris says nothing is showing up on the screen, and the reason nothing is showing up on the screen, I think, is because I have this. Let's see. If I stop sharing this beautiful picture, does anybody see anything? Let me know if you see anything. Chris, my brother, is watching. Are you seeing anything yet? Or are you just hearing us? Anyone out there? Paul Britton wants to know if anybody's out there. All right. Well, the good news is that people are watching it. They just can't see anything. So for whatever that's worth.
Yep. Paul says we're having trouble.
Can you hear us? Well, Larry, listen, it's a good thing that we do a better job in polishing than we do on podcasts.
The Zoom meeting's working good.
The Zoom meeting is working well, and we are live on Facebook. So Facebook is working perfectly right now.
Really? Where's it at? I don't see it.
If you go to my profile page on Facebook, that is actually working. And so if people would like, they can comment over on Facebook as well. And I'm
there it is. Sure enough.
Yeah, I'm going to keep trying to figure out how to get this working on YouTube. I don't know what the problem is with YouTube, but we're going to figure this out. Chat and Chow live now. Okay, so there it is. Hey, why is it on a different link? I'm going to post this. Let's try this. I'm sorry to everybody that is having a hard time. Click on the link that I just posted in the chat, and it should take you to a different page, a different video. Man, problem solving. That's what this is. So click on this link that I just posted on the link that everybody thought it was, and that should take us over to the YouTube live page, and then you'll be okay. So let us know when you get there.
There we are.
Here. Larry, how the hell are you, my friend?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm a little confused right now.
Yeah, that makes two of us.
Look at this. I'm getting a message in from another person.
Yeah, Chris says there you are. So everybody's finding us now. I can see and hear you. Paul Britton says that's good. That's good. It is working. It is working. So if you were at the other page, I'm sorry, I screwed up. As a leader, sometimes you have to admit when you have flaws and you screw things up.
Yeah,
I screwed the pooch on this one.
No, I lost you.
You lost me. You got me? Where were you listening to me?
Here's the problem: is there's a delay, I think.
Oh, there's a 20-second delay. Yeah, on YouTube and Facebook, there's definitely a delay. That's why if you listen to me and not the volume on your computer, that would be better off. Otherwise, we're going to look like those people on like CNN.
When I turn the volume down, then I can't listen to you.
Yeah, you can't hear me at all.
I can, but then I hear me in the background.
That's weird. Yeah, it could be one of those things where we look like CNN and Fox, where they ask a question and then they just sit there like this. And then they answer, which could be ridiculous, but it'll be what it'll be. We're getting through it. We'll figure this out.
Yep.
Little by little.
Good.
So how's everybody doing out there? If you're watching the show, what's going on? How are you feeling? Now that we got it rectified a little bit. People on Facebook, is anybody watching this? Are you there? And I'm just going to talk to Larry now. So if people are there, great. What's happening? What's going on with Dramco? Tell us a little bit about Dramco for
Well,
anybody that does not know Dramco.
yeah, no, we're in the middle of a pretty hot spot, and we want to keep this all positive, but the packing house in Grand Island has made it a really tough area to be in Nebraska. One of the
Okay.
hot spots in Nebraska. So we've had in our own company, we've had just a little bit. We got one guy out right now, young guy that has tested positive.
Okay.
We've shut down for one day to clean up after somebody's wife tested positive. So we've had a few different things. We had another guy that was off for a while. They never tested him. They just says, yeah, you got it, but they never tested him. So figure that one out.
That's nice, right?
Yeah. So, but overall, I mean, we got a few things going on. We're taking temperatures in the morning. It's a strange time, and but we're running a pretty full crew. Everybody's pretty happy to be working because there's a lot of people that aren't. So, yeah, we're Dramco itself is doing pretty good. We got a good workload. I have this little funny feeling in the pit of my stomach about what's going to happen.
What's your thought on that? What's going to happen? What's it all going to come down to?
Man, I honestly believe there's going to be some positive things coming out of this. We just got to get companies to start spending money. And I've heard a few customers telling me, well, we're not going to spend any money for a while. So that means a slowdown for us. But they're going to get pushed because they're going to have to get this stuff out to the market. Something has to go out there.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
So manufacturing, I think, is going to do all right. And of course, we're on the leading edge of manufacturing. So
yeah,
I mean, they got to have our stuff to make their stuff. So
I think that you and Dramco should lead the way in spending money. I still got that laser engraver here. I'm just saying, you want to support people buying and spending money.
We just bought a new grinder.
That doesn't help me.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's not all about me, but I want you to lead the charge. I want you to be able to like say what you mean and mean what you say, and you are, because we got some work coming with you guys, I think.
Yep. Yeah, you do. I'm waiting for that PO, but you definitely will be getting that polishing. So
that's exciting.
It is coming your way, and that's for a consumer product. That's going to go in an archery product.
You guys do a lot of hunting stuff?
No, a little bit.
Nice.
A little bit here and there. We try to spread out the fun around different industries. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
So,
you can't be set in one thing. I mean, look at automotive right now. If you're just automotive,
yeah, makes you pucker. So for those of you, I don't know how many people we got watching right now.
There are whopping 7.
7. Okay, so
7 on YouTube. Maybe some people on Facebook. I don't know that for sure.
Yeah, some of them might not know who you are. So I'm gonna tell them.
Oh, go ahead.
Tony is the guy who makes things fun. Okay, so we're in this industry where in the industry itself can be boring to some people. It's just machining, it's just this, it's just that. But when we get together, which we do about once or twice a year, we end up seeing each other.
Yeah.
Tony makes the stuff happen. He's always at the center of whether it's karaoke or what the heck else do we do? Half of it I kind of forget when
we got the golf outings, we got karaoke, we got just the meet and greets out, the post conference fun. It's you got to be you, and you got to have fun with it, and that's all I try and do. I mean, you got to be you.
And Tony helps run Alliance Laser and Polishing, right?
Yes, Alliance Specialties and Laser Sales. Yeah.
And you're the face of that company.
My father started it. He doesn't want to be the face of it. Yeah. Chris said we also did Jeopardy. We did Jeopardy. I don't know. Were you there for Jeopardy when we did Jeopardy
Oh,
at
yeah, yes, I
the
was. Yeah.
Marymount? Yeah,
Yep,
yeah,
yeah, yep, yep,
yeah. I like to get involved with things. I get bored otherwise.
yep.
Well, thank you
So,
for saying that nice stuff. I mean, some people, you say I bring the fun. Some people might say I'm just annoying and obnoxious.
well, it kind of goes hand in hand, but one thing is that I don't think you worry about it too much. So that's a good
I
thing.
don't. I really don't.
So,
I mean, and what I like is, we're every Wednesday we're on these AMBA calls, right? About like
yep.
the State of the Union AMBA. And even there your personality comes out. I love it. I love it. And I think that's why we get along, is because we don't sit there and concern ourselves with what's PC, you
Yeah.
know, how should I act?
Well, sometimes people just lay it out there and you got to jump on it. I mean, that's just all there is to it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so sometimes it might irritate some, but they get over it sooner or later. I don't know if I got too many targets on my back.
I
Paul Britton, who I think is watching, might
He is.
something
He is.
different. But
No, because Paul's in that same vein. Paul doesn't give a rip when anybody thinks of him.
anyway, so Tony is a part of the American Mold Builders Association, which I'm a part of, and so um, yeah, that's how we met, and that's our connection, along with some business connections.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. I'm still supposed to come out to Nebraska at some time. This is like 3 years in the making, where
yeah,
we had a plan to come out to
well,
Nebraska.
one of these days, I don't buy things from people that don't make a personal visit.
Okay. Well, there it is. I guess I'm going to Nebraska. Am I allowed in Nebraska? I guess that's the first
Yeah,
question.
Nebraska
They're not
Nebraska has never shut down. We
all
have
right.
not shut down. That was, we've done a lot of social distancing. We've told people that they should stay home, things like that, but they have not officially told people don't get out, don't go places. Of course, there's not very many places to go. The restaurants are all closed, everything like
Right.
that. But no, I can get out and ride my bike without fearing of getting stopped and asking if I'm on an essential visit to the grocery store or wherever. Um, so, and that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
there is something to be said with just getting out and cranking and getting that bike up to full speed. And we won't talk about what that is, but just
Speed limit.
let her go.
I mean, you're a rule follower. You're not going over 70.
No, I don't. I can't remember the last time I exceeded the speed limit.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
again, my memory isn't real. What's your name again?
So you mean all that stuff you said about me is just from the document I sent you?
What did I say? What did I say?
That's ridiculous. Chris says that we should go on a motorcycle trip and I can rent a motorcycle. The thing is, I've never even ridden a motorcycle. So I don't know that you want to do a hoka hey with me when I've never been on a motorcycle in my life.
Yeah, that's not the hoka. Hey, you could probably ride. Well, we call it different things, but you could ride on the back.
I don't think I want to do that. I mean, I'd rather run next to you. I mean, I don't think I'd get very far,
Hey,
but
I could tie a rope onto your mountain bike and you could just tow you.
so I almost, just to be funny, the picture of you on your motorcycle, I almost posted, I almost made a banner with me on like my road bike.
Yeah.
So you got all your cool leathers on. I was gonna be right next to you with the spandex and everything, and I I just didn't have the right shot to match it. But I thought that would have been something funny. Paul says we can go. I can get a four-wheeler. Four-wheeler I can handle. Or you can ride the motorcycle. I'll take the top off the Jeep and I'll just follow you. And then if it rains, you can come in the car and we can wait out the rain.
That's something that I don't do. I don't wait out rain.
No?
We just go through it. That's kind of like what we're heading up now in our business. What would
Yeah,
you
yeah,
rather
yeah.
do? Shut down and sit around for a while
Totally.
and wait for the government to come and help you? Or are you gonna ride through the rain? And we got a little rain to ride through and we're gonna do that. But you gotta ride through the rain. If you don't push it,
Yeah.
you aren't gonna get anywhere. Some people sit at the side of the road and wait through the rain, but most of most of my Hoka Hey people who are watching, um, they know that we don't mess around. We ride through anything. So,
That reminds me of I just drove back from San Francisco right before this whole zombie apocalypse started. And I decided we were going to go through the mountains because it was faster than going down south. And the weather seemed fine, so we went for it. And then all of a sudden, I think we were in Utah or Wyoming. I think it was Wyoming. We hit this cloud of fog where I couldn't see probably 30 yards ahead of us.
hmm,
And I thought, same thing. I can stop, I can pull over to the side of the road and I can just wait this out, but I have no idea how long that's going to be.
yeah,
So I'm just going to focus my attention straight ahead and I'm going to slow down a little bit. I'm going to be cautious. I'm going to pay attention to what I'm doing. I'm going to stay the course and the fog is going to clear and I'm going to get through it. And I had this whole, like, it was a God moment where I'm like, God, this is one of those times where God's talking to you. And are you listening? Or are you just, turning up the radio because you don't want to be distracted? God's
mhm,
telling me, listen, this is a metaphor for something in your life. Just keep going, stay the course, get through it. The end is there. There's nothing stopping you. Just keep moving forward, a little bit at a time, keep your focus where it needs to be, and it's going to work out. And it
yeah,
did. It did.
yeah. And that's what's going to have to happen for the business coming up. But I think that it's good to do that in all parts of your life. You're
Yeah.
gonna hit a rough patch, um, buckle down, and you're going to come out on the other side.
Yeah. How's it going for you with your grandkids? Are you able to see them at all?
Yeah, yeah. There's I got two daughters that are close by,
Okay.
and they each have four. And I don't see them as much as I'd like, but we get to see them often enough that they know who their grandpa is. That's a good thing. And now my son's daughter is staying with my ex-wife, so
Okay.
she's close by too. So matter of fact, I'll probably video chat with her a little while. They're kind of hunkering down.
Yeah.
The virus are a little bit worried about some of the virus stuff. So
It's so funny to me because like you're an intimidating force when you meet you because you're tall, you got that biker look. Uh yeah, I mean you can't tell you're tall there now, but like it's like so you do stuff like that. People think you're intimidated by that guy. Yes. When I first met you, I was intimidated by you. You're
oh
you're you're a bigger guy. It's like old Stone Cold Steve Austin. And then like I see, you got your hard picture on your motorcycle, and then you send me another picture. You got a hat on. You just look like a goofy dude that I know,
well
and it's
that
and
yeah
it's great because that's why I like social media and a little bit of social media spying is you see people and it's like look at him. You're giving your daughter a shoulder or your granddaughter a shoulder ride and a piggyback, and it's all fun. Everybody lets their guard down when they're around family, and that's why you can't just go by first impressions.
exactly. No, yeah I understand that, but you really have to once you talk to somebody, I think pretty quickly you're going to figure out if they're this person that you might have to just deal with, or this person that you're going to connect with, and there's there's a little bit of both in your life, right?
Yeah, yeah. My dad has always taught us that you would rather do business with somebody that you like than somebody you don't. All things being considered equal, and even if the person you like, they're going to win out, right? The other guy might do something a little bit better. They may be a little bit cheaper, but if you don't like dealing with them, sooner or later that is not going to last.
Exactly. And I actually work that way. I we have a pretty stable group of customers, and I'm thankful for each and every one of them. But
Yeah,
um, they are stable, and they're stable for a reason. They're stable because we like relationships. We
right,
like,
right.
and relationships are tough right now. I mean, sure, it's a lot of fun to fly and go see another plant and take the guys out for lunch and connect with them on a little more personal level. We can't do that now.
Yeah.
So it makes it a little tougher, but that's when relationships, I think, when the rubber really hits the road. So if you got a good relationship with your customers, that works, and it gives you a stable customer base, which we have.
Yeah.
But yet, I do like to try to pull in one or two a year that I can add to that number, because there's always a couple that are falling off. So I like to try to pick on companies that are fun. And I mean, you can see some real fun stuff out there. And if you can connect with somebody and purposely go try to build that relationship with them, it ends up being better for business all the way around. I
Absolutely.
mean, so yeah, I don't know if I have any customers that I really dislike.
No, no. And
I
honestly,
had some once, but they're not customers anymore.
exactly. That's the key. That's the key. Sometimes it's okay to fire your customer and say, listen, one, I don't enjoy spending time with you.
Yeah, there you
Two, you don't give me enough work to deal with number one. So
go.
we were talking with a guy yesterday. We're going over a project, and the guy was saying, I can be a real pain in the ass, just so you know. And I said, listen, uh, the only time being a pain in the ass is not acceptable is when the check bounces.
Yeah,
Otherwise, you can kind of deal with it. But given the choice, I'd prefer not to. I like hanging out with people that I like. That's why I wanted to start doing this. I mean, for the 10 people watching, let us know what you think. If we're just, making a bunch of noise and you're bored during this, that's fine. We can talk about something else. Throw out a suggestion, and we're happy to talk about it. That's what this is all about. Um,
yeah. If you're on Facebook, put a comment down there, and if you're on YouTube,
yeah,
throw a
we
comment
got
out
people
there.
watching on YouTube. Um,
I can't see any of them, because if I turn my screen on, then the sound goes wonky. I hear
Mike
that.
Devereaux is there. Mike Devereaux says he's enjoying watching us.
Ah,
You
good
know,
old Mike. Now there is a guy that everybody enjoys.
yes, that
I
seersucker
mean,
suit doesn't hurt either. It's
and
pretty
the only
fantastic.
problem is when he starts rattling off numbers, you just got to stop him and say, Mike, doesn't matter what the code number is, just tell us what's at the base, the heart of it.
Yeah, yeah.
That happens because he knows his numbers, he knows his tax code, he knows everything. For
And
those who don't know Mike, Mike is a tax guy.
and if you don't know Mike, you should get to know Mike, and then you should go to dinner with him, because that boy can eat. I mean, it's not it's not Burger King when you go out with Mike. It's a
No,
good time.
yeah.
Uh, I'm actually I met his wife and him while we were out in California at the no in Florida at the executive forum, and apparently I'm supposed to race against his wife in a marathon in
Oh,
December. Yeah.
yeah. Well, that's something that you want to refine me at. Are you one of those runners? I heard something about runners the other day that said, you know, why is it that people when they're running are always look so angry?
It depends on how far you've gone.
Yes.
Sometimes you're mad at the ground. Oh, Mike says I'm going to lose. I don't think I am. I I've ramped up my training because I don't know if this is a serious bet or not, but I have to be cautious.
Oh, it's serious. I don't think, I think Mike's a pretty serious guy.
Well, Mike, it's not Mike that I'm running against. There's
I
no
know.
way. There's no way Mike was going to sign up to do this race.
He's probably just about as much a runner as I am. I'm not sure about that, but I don't run unless it's over to my motorcycle or to my four-wheeler or to my truck. Something with a motor on it. I can run there pretty fast.
So what we were thinking was we were going to, like, if the zombie apocalypse is over and these kind of things actually do happen, we were trying to figure out a way that we could make this into a fundraising event where
Oh,
different companies, because it's all industry driven, where different companies would bet on myself or Mike's wife, and all that money that is raised would go to a charity of our choosing.
yeah.
Just a way to kind of give back and have some fun with it. And then, we had people that were like, oh, we're going to come out. We're not going to run. We're going to come out. We're going to laugh at you while you're in pain. Molly is not going to win, Mike.
He's
Not going to
still
win.
after it.
Yeah, Molly is not going to win. You could tell her I said that too. She could take it to the bank. Paul Britton, $50 on Molly. Paul, do you even know Molly?
Hey, Paul, I'm with you. I'll see your 50 and raise it to 100.
Oh man, maybe I should just build up Molly so everybody thinks that I'm a. Paul says no, he doesn't know Molly either. You guys don't even know Molly.
I don't know Molly, but we know you, and so
She is a doll. I enjoyed her company, and yeah, it's gonna be fun. I guess I got to start ramping up. I got to go over 7 miles now. I got to get back into the 8, 10, 12, 20. Yeah, and marathons hurt. Mike, where are we supposed to do this race? Do you remember? Let us know if you remember. Yeah, my wife even says, "Love, you're gonna have to start upping your run game." Yeah, she's right.
so looks like time is flying by here. What was it supposed to be, a half hour
It's
talk?
supposed to be a half hour, but we started a little bit late. I'm good to
Yeah.
keep going. If you got to go, we can go. We
I
can.
don't have to go anywhere,
All right.
but I didn't want to go too far before I talked a little bit about, you know, part of what got us talking a lot was the
Yeah,
fact that you guys supported my Hoka running back in 2018.
we did. Yeah, tell us about that. Let's shift gears. Go to your
Yeah.
charity.
So yeah, and I had eye warriors for my charity on that, and we raised $15,000 because of all the people. Now that Hoka is a group. It's similar, I would say, to the AMBA, which a lot of you guys that are on are probably a part of. But the Hoka is a motorcycle challenge that where you ride 10,000 miles in 2 weeks, and you have to. And the good part is it's only American made bikes, and you can't stay in a hotel, and it's all secondary roads, and you can't use um, any electronic aids to follow the route, and they give you a printed route, printed directions. So that's the basics of it. Sleep with your bike, and you're riding long hours. It's a real challenge, but the cool part is I was able to ride that and finish
Yep.
in 2018, and through that I have met so many cool people. It's just amazing. So I'm 60 years old now, and I'm
You don't
getting.
look a day over 58.
Oh, thank you. You little, excuse me. so but yeah, just I would encourage anybody watching to stretch yourself a little bit, and you're
Yeah.
going to be surprised at the cool people that you meet along the way, because that's really to me the Hoka challenge was great, but being a part of the Hoka family is the benefit that keeps on lasting, because you just meet a lot of cool people, and
Yeah,
so
it's something I think anytime that you give yourself that much attention to something, when I used to do all the triathlons, we had a whole crew of people that, the race was something you kind of had to do to hang out with all your friends. And that
mhm.
was the best part, is you go to the race and, you got the pre-race dinners and everybody's hanging out at the expo and, all of those sorts of things. Then you finish and everybody's having a drink together and congratulating each other. And you become a little bit of a family. And I think what's nice is that I've recognized is part as being part of the AMBA and the plastic injection molding industry as a whole, is it has a lot of that similarity, just like salt of the earth people that welcome you and embrace you. And as long as you're not being a jackass all the time, um, you know, everybody's really happy to see each other and part of it, right? I mean,
Can you be a jackass some of the time?
yeah, well, of course we are. I mean, that's
So let me
that's
let me ask
endearing.
you let me ask you this. Maybe we ought to do a poll sometime. Maybe we can talk to Troy. Do a poll
Okay. All right. I don't know how to
that
do that, but we can do that. We can do
that
one right now. We got 9 people watching. Let's do a poll.
so if you go to the AMBA annual conference,
Yeah.
if they completely cut out all of the dinners
Oh yeah.
and the karaoke and stuff like that, would you go? I don't think so.
I
Because
don't
to
know.
me,
No, my
that's,
answer would be no.
yeah, I mean, yeah, all this stuff that they put on, I learn a lot when I'm there, but I really go to see the people. That,
100%.
that's my
100% agree.
job.
And you know,
So,
I like I like some of the speakers when they talk about leadership and things like that. Um, but what I really, really, really enjoy is at 5 o'clock when it's over, we all go out and hang out.
yeah.
You know, what always makes me crazy is you go to these networking events, whatever they are, name it. And, it could be a chamber event and everybody's talking and networking and getting along. And they go, hey, shh, shh, we got to give a presentation now. Nobody talk. I'm like, well, come on.
Well, there has
Um,
to, I guess you got to have a reason to get together, but
you do, you do, you do. And that's why I like our golf outing. I'm hoping that everything is opened up in September because you can suck at golf and come play at our outing. We actually encourage it because if
yeah,
you take
well,
it too seriously, you are going to be miserable because you'll be the only person taking it seriously. The reason we have it is because it's not socially acceptable to just sit somewhere with a couple kegs of beer at 10 o'clock. So
there is a difference between the AMBA and the Hokahay.
what's the difference?
The Hokahay, we don't need a reason. The only reason we need to get together is tacos.
Yes.
So tacos, and and you'll get people riding all the way across the country to go for 1 day of tacos, and they turn around and ride right back. That is cool.
Is it tacos every day?
No, and it could be like you get down to Louisiana, maybe it's some crawfish or something, or
Speaking of
barbecue in
food,
Texas, or who knows? Could be a lot of different places, but that's all we need is food and beer, maybe a little whiskey,
maybe,
maybe.
you know, speaking of food, I don't know how accurate your taste in food is because when I was in Querétaro, you sent me a message and you said, if I would have known you were going there, I would have met you there just so I could take you out to eat bugs.
Yep,
And I thought you liked me.
you would have enjoyed it. Honestly, Tony, you would have enjoyed it.
You sent me those pictures and there wasn't a single thing that wasn't a bug on the plate.
No, it was all bugs. It was good.
How did they convince you to go there in the first place?
I wanted to go there. Don't you ever want
Why?
us to? Why wouldn't you?
So when you
What?
see a spider running through
Let
the
me
house, you
let
just
me
grab
ask
it
you
and eat
something.
it or what?
You're up by Chicago. Do you know any place in Chicago that serves bugs?
Not on purpose.
So, yeah.
I mean,
So,
in Chicago, if there's bugs in the food, they get shut down.
so you're in Mexico. Why the heck don't you go to a place that serves something that you can't get anywhere else?
Actually, we did. I did have crickets in the guacamole.
Did you?
I
Up in
did.
Chicago?
No, 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 no. In
Oh,
Mexico, in
in
in in,
Mexico.
in Querétaro. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it was fine. I didn't really taste it. It was a little bit crunchy. The weirdest part is when you had something stuck in your tooth and you realized it was a leg,
Yeah.
and there's no getting past the fact that yeah, that's a leg.
That's a leg. Yeah.
But I guess it shouldn't be any more weird to eat a bug leg than it is a chicken leg.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same thing, right? It's just smaller, grosser.
Yeah.
uh,
Good
Paul,
times.
have you ever had bugs? Paul Britton, have you ever eaten bugs? Mike Devereaux, I've had steaks with you. Have you ever had bugs on purpose?
Yeah. If they drink Folgers coffee, there is a certain amount of bugs allowed legally in
Like
Folgers coffee.
bug bits? Paul says
Yeah.
never, capital letters, never. He's never had bugs
Yeah,
that he knows of.
Paul's had. I bet you he's had beef fries though.
Beef what?
Beef fries.
Beef fries.
Yeah. Otherwise called Rocky Mountain oysters.
My wife says that mealworms have a chalky texture to them. That's a story I've never heard. How do I know that? How do I know that you've eaten mealworms, my love? Uh, Mike Devereaux says not a chance would he eat bugs. Chocolate covered crickets once, but he's not going to do it again. Why?
Yeah.
Why? You know,
Oh,
people use
well.
crickets instead of flour now because they're higher in protein.
Yeah, they're all missing out. That's all I can say. They're all missing out.
And some of those bugs y'all were eating were crazy big.
They were big, and there was one that was kind of juicy. Most of them were crunchy. One was a little juicy. That was a little tough.
Not juicy, like you bit in and it was like
Yeah, bit in.
like
It had a licorice taste to it, but it was kind of squishy. It just, I don't know if I'd eat that one again.
is it like when you get a chocolate bonbon and it's got custard in it,
Yeah, yeah,
but you know it's not custard?
yeah. Yeah. So we're probably grossing a few out. So lunchtime, I guess they are eating. So we shouldn't be talking about that too much.
What's great about this is like I talked to Dana McCallum and Jason Lopes from Carbon, and they're gonna come on at the end of May. And they were like, you know, what kind of topics should we talk about? What do you need us to bring to the table? And I'm like, listen,
We'll figure it out.
anything that makes you happy or giggle or smile is fair game. I did not anticipate talking about eating bugs, but whatever. Paul says next topic. Paul, what should we talk about? Give us a topic. Throw it out there. We'll go like another 5 minutes and we'll wrap this bad boy up so everybody can get back to their day.
Paul probably wants to talk about this.
What is that?
This came straight from Paul.
Okay.
So it's a very cool box. A bug just fell off it.
Save that for later. You're gonna save that bug for later.
So that came straight from Paul.
Oh, look at that. That is
Isn't that
nice. That is very nice.
Cracked it yet. And no, Paul, we're not going to crack it when you're here. You had your own.
You saving it for a special occasion.
Yep.
Nice. And what is that? What I mean, I
That's Angel's Envy bourbon.
okay.
Then of course we have some of this. That's not opened either. None of these bottles are opened.
Very nice.
Oh, except for this one. This one is.
Yeah, there's not much left in that one.
But we can see what's in the bottom.
Ah, scorpion.
Yeah.
Are you gonna eat that?
That's straight from Kiotero.
Is it?
Yes. Matter of
You gonna
fact,
eat
I
the
tried
scorpion?
No, I don't think you can get it out. You have to break it up into pieces. But I forgot it was in my bag, and they caught me when I was going through security, and the guy picks it up and he looks at me, and I said, "There ain't no way I'm giving you that bottle." He says, "Well, you better go check your bag." Thankfully, I had enough time to go back and check my bag. They wouldn't let me through with it.
Question is, would you have missed your flight?
I might have.
Yeah.
Life is too short to be worried about getting somewhere that always. I might have missed my flight for that.
That's bold.
I would not have given it to that guy.
No, because you know he's just gonna keep it.
Yeah, what the heck?
What's your trophy behind you?
I asked him if I could just drink it there. This is the Dramco fishing con.
Oh, nice. You guys do that every year?
No, I won in 2017. That was the last year we did it.
Big bluegill?
I think it was white bass.
Okay.
Might have been a catfish, but we've had some alcohol problems on that.
No.
Yeah,
Fishing led to alcohol problems?
yeah, there's some alcohol problems, and we're not sure exactly what to do with that. But I encourage the guys every year, go fishing, and I'll be glad to show up.
I think you just can't have it as a Dramco sanctioned event.
That's what I'm telling them.
It's just, hey, I may or may not be fishing at the lake next week. I can't confirm nor deny.
Now you've ruined it, because now it's in the cloud, and they'll pull this up.
So here's the thing, though. Nobody's watching, so it doesn't matter. Like, it's just there's safety in that. Like, you say something stupid and you're like, nobody's watching. It's fine.
Nobody's watching.
They think people are watching, but nobody's watching. It's okay. It's all good. All right. Chris says we need to step up our game. I don't know why we need to step up our game on what? Like taking people out to eat? We're going to just cook a bunch of bugs from now on? I mean, what are we talking about? Drinks? I mean, I think we did okay with drinks. That last AMBA event, they shut down the bar
Holy
and
crap.
and we had to make a run. There's no way we're stopping the party at 10.
No, never.
Who does that? I mean, it's like college all over again. You don't go out till 10.
Yep.
All right,
Well,
man. I don't know what else to talk about. You got anything
no,
that you want us to pray for, pray about? Anybody watching? You got anything that
we
you
just
got some
need
prayer
to
requests?
we just need to pray for our country. That's all.
I agree. I
You know,
agree. For the
that's the to me. There's a lot of people that are hurting. This is kind of a lighthearted deal, but a lot of people are hurting,
yeah,
and that would be my. And pray for our president. He's getting
absolutely.
attacked.
And for wisdom, that's never a bad prayer.
Yep.
Is wisdom. So Um, if I'm going to pay attention to the chat screen a little bit, if you have something you want us to add to the prayer request, just throw it up there and I'll try and get to it. But Larry, thank you for giving me some time today and
Hey,
hanging out and chatting with me and making me laugh. And uh, love you, man. I love hanging out
yep.
with you. And
We'll do it
even if
again
it's
sometime.
virtual.
Appreciate it.
So Heavenly Father, thank you for this opportunity to talk with my friend and talk with my other friends virtually via text and the technology that you give us. And we just pray for our country and that we could come together instead of fighting with each other, that we could support the leadership that you put in place. If we could, that you would give him wisdom to make the decisions that you want made. And together we'll all get better. We'll get through this and we will prosper as a nation and as a people. Um, yeah, we just thank you for all that you give us and all that you are. And it's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Larry, thank you.
Hey, love you, brother.
Love you, man. Uh, I'm going to share this with everybody real quick before I go. It is just what we got coming up in the next couple weeks. I know Larry's actually, he's been a dedicated watcher of this. He's been making some comments and they've been fun. But we got Hillary Monday, and then Alex Hoffer from Hoffer Plastics is going to be on the 7th. L Hill, who is a marketing and branding expert, especially when it comes to jewelry. And then the one and only Glenn Starkey from Progressive Components. That's another guy that just likes to have a good time and have fun and brings the energy. Nothing is better than when you go to NPE or IMTS and they have the post party and it's a freaking band and it's him and Don and they're bringing it. Yeah, exactly. Let's get the scarves out and do it, Larry. And then we got Charlie Daniels from Wepco Tool. One of my friends, Lori Cooper, who's an exercise physiologist. I thought I would have her on there, and then we can talk about at-home workouts and things that people can do to stay healthy and safe while they're bored at home and can't go to the gym. And then Camille and Wally Sackett from Seed Mold and Tool. And then, like I said, Dana and Jason from Carbon, and they're doing some awesome stuff right now as far as making headgear and PPE for people. So it'll be fun to talk to them. Larry has got the Hoka Hey mask. That
Yep,
is,
we were way ahead of the game here. I got this in 2018, and it still works.
everybody just looks like untalented ninjas right now. It's ridiculous. So thank you, my friend. Thank you, everybody, for watching, being part of what we're doing here. If you want to be part of Chat and Chow, send me a message and we'll have lunch together and other people can watch and laugh with us and everything else. But for me, for Larry, thanks for watching. Take care and God bless.
All right, see you later.